You had to go through to get where you are. You messed up sometimes. You did wrong sometimes. But you got to understand it. No, thank you, Brother Greg, that God always has the final say. He always is the one with the final judgment. He's always with the one with the final verdict. You might think it's not guilty. You might think he's going to get away with it. But you got to understand and know that the verdict is not up to man, but it's up to God. Tell somebody it's up to God. Sit down, you're making me nervous.
Come on now. Preach this thing.
Come on now.
Talk to me.
Come on.
Come on now.
It's not up to you to make a Facebook status about that boy. It's not up to you to make a Facebook status about that girl. It's not up to you to tell your buddies and your friends about what they did to you. You got to understand that what you went through, it's not up to you to be able to determine what happens to them. You don't have a heaven or a hell to put nobody in. God has the final verdict. God has the final say. You can't tell nobody that they're going to hell. You can't tell nobody that they deserve to die. You can't tell nobody that they deserve to be in a slum, in hell. But you've got to understand that God has.
That's right. Come on, boy.
Looking at my future circumstance. You got to understand that what God does is that He's not a God that worries about your present place where you are now. See, if God did, then He would be a messed up God. Because some of y'all can testify and say, your present situation ain't good. If God worried about your present situation, you would be able to say that God is a broke God. Why would you be able to say that? Because God would be a God that blessed you in your present situation. But I know some of y'all like to say that, but what I know is that God is not worried about your present situation, but He's looking past your situation and He's looking at your circumstances in the future. And so Abram is now ready to leave out of his house. And so he's like, God, where am I going to go? God is saying, go to a place that I will show you. In other words, go to a place where you've never been before. And some of you can testify and say that you had to get away from your family, get away from your friends, get away from the people that you were normal with, get away from that husband, I'm just being honest, get away from that wife of yours, get away from that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that person that was treating you wrong. You had to get away from them so that God can bless you. Abram was one that had to leave from where he was comfortable. He had to leave his daddy and say, Daddy, God has something better for me. God, help me. Help me. Oh, you think I'm lying here. Abram's not the only one. Come here, Moses. Come here. Oh, don't look over there. I'm just playing. Come here, Moses. Moses is one that was good. He was comfortable. He had everything. He was in the Pharaoh's court. But God came to him in a burning bush and said, Moses, take off your shoes. Get away from the house you in because I have something better for you in your future. Don't think I'm lying. Don't think that's the only one. Jesus, come here. Come here, Jesus. Jesus was up in heaven, sitting on the throne with his Father. And Jesus, God had to pour in to a human and say, you got to get away from here because I have something promised in your future. Oh, y'all think I'm lying? Come here, disciples. Come right here. Jesus had to say, go into all the four corners of the world. I don't know what's going to come to you. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to go in your life, but I have something better for you in your future. Tell somebody he got something better for you.
That thing touched me today, Dad. I was on my composure. I was about to cry the whole time. I really was. That good thing hurt me today.
Find somebody and grab them by the hand.